There's something different about this moment. You can feel it. It's as if time itself has paused just long enough for heaven to whisper your name. Every twist in your story, every delay, every unanswered prayer has led you right here. And that's not coincidence. It's divine choreography. Deep down, you've always known you were meant for something greater, something beyond the ordinary noise of life. That restlessness inside you, it's not confusion. It's calling. It's the sound of your destiny stirring, urging you to wake up to who you really are. You've been through seasons where it felt like nothing moved, like heaven went quiet. But those were not wasted moments. They were alignment, preparation for what's about to unfold. Right now, the universe is leaning in, waiting for your response. Because what's coming next doesn't require perfection. It requires participation. You're not here by accident. You were led here because something sacred is awakening in you. The questions that have haunted you, the prayers that felt unanswered, the dreams you kept buried under fear, they're all converging into this one divine moment of truth. And the key that unlocks it all isn't out there somewhere. It's already within you. Your words are the spark. Your belief is the ignition. Heaven has set the stage, but your voice starts the movement. So take a deep breath, let your heart steady, and listen closely, because this is more than a message. This is a reminder from eternity itself that you were never forgotten. You are chosen, seen, and divinely positioned for a breakthrough that begins the moment you speak. This isn't about wishful thinking or motivational speech. It's a command from the Spirit. You've carried words inside your heart for too long. Words meant to shape your destiny, shift atmospheres, and call forth the promises God placed inside you. Silence has served its purpose, but now it's become the very barrier holding back your breakthrough. The universe is poised to move, but it's waiting for your permission. Speak, and the alignment begins. Remain quiet, and the moment passes like wind through open fingers. Right now, the unseen realm is trembling with anticipation. Every angel assigned to your destiny is on standby, awaiting your declaration. You've been chosen for this exact instant in time, a window so brief and holy that hesitation could close it forever. Don't second-guess this feeling. Don't explain it away. There's divine urgency in the air, and the command is simple. Release what's been trapped inside your spirit. Open your mouth, not in complaint or fear, but in bold authority. Your words are not empty. They are the triggers of miracles. Heaven doesn't move by thought alone. It moves by faith spoken out loud. The longer you wait to voice what God has shown you, the longer your blessings remain suspended in the unseen. Every breakthrough you've been fasting, crying, and praying for is circling close, waiting for your signal. The delay isn't divine denial. It's divine patience, waiting on your agreement. You are not powerless. You are the activator. If this message hit your soul, don't just scroll. Hit subscribe and stay with the light. When you speak with faith, things begin to accelerate. Doors that were rusted shut swing open. Relationships realign. Finances flow. Healing ignites. Peace settles where chaos once lived. But nothing begins until sound leaves your spirit. This is your defining moment, a sacred assignment to participate in your own deliverance. The Creator who breathed galaxies into existence is waiting for one sound, yours. Don't let fear or doubt steal this moment. Don't think, maybe later. Later won't come like this again. The window is open now. Heaven is listening now. Every whisper of gratitude, every declaration of victory, every word of purpose, speak it. The spiritual current is flowing, but it requires your agreement to release its power. This is not a suggestion. It's an invitation to destiny. So rise, speak, declare life where there's been delay. Call forth healing where there's been hurt. Announce abundance where there's been lack. You are not begging for blessings. You're activating them. The same divine power that spoke light into existence is alive in your words. This is your hour to speak boldly, to stand fearlessly, and to watch the heavens respond. The waiting is over. The only silence left should be awe, because once you open your mouth, everything changes. Something powerful is happening behind the scenes of your life, and the heavens are restless about it. There's a stirring in the unseen, a holy urgency that won't quiet down until you speak. This isn't ordinary inspiration. This is divine insistence. The Creator himself is leaning forward, waiting for your words to set his plan in motion. He's not distant or indifferent. He's fully invested in your breakthrough, standing beside you, hand extended, saying, "Now say it." Each passing second that you stay silent, the energy of divine intention builds like water behind a dam, ready to burst the moment your faith-filled words release it. This is the evidence of divine love, God's refusal to move forward without your participation. Heaven will not act on your behalf until your agreement is spoken into the air. Your voice carries a code that unlocks what's already written in your destiny. These next few days are sacred territory, not ordinary time. They've been marked from eternity as your turning point. Days charged with holy electricity where the physical and spiritual collide, and your words become the instruments of transformation. For the next 3 days, the unseen world bends closer to hear you. These are not just calendar days, they are spiritual thresholds, windows where alignment happens and miracles start to unfold. On the first day, gratitude must be your foundation. Speak not with routine thankfulness, but with fire that shakes heaven itself. Thank God, not only for what you've seen, but for what's still on its way. Gratitude creates a pathway through which favor travels. It's not just manners, it's a magnet for miracles. If you believe in this mission, drop a $20 donation to keep this truth alive and free. On the second day, lift your deepest questions and unspoken desires into the open. Don't hold back or try to sound composed. Spill the truth of your heart, like sacred oil at the feet of the divine. This is not a day for timid whispers. Ask boldly. Declare what's been locked inside your chest. When you voice your need with faith, you authorize heaven to intervene. These are the hours when your hidden prayers must become sound. On the third day, circle back to praise. Let your words be a seal, a spiritual signature over everything you've declared. Gratitude again, but now with confidence, thanking God as if it's already done. This cycle of gratitude, declaration, and praise is not random. It's divine strategy. It clears resistance, ignites alignment, and accelerates the blessings already written in your name. Miss these days, and you risk letting the moment pass unclaimed. Embrace them, and you activate a current that will reshape the course of your life. This is not exaggeration, it's law. Words are the bridge between what's promised and what's visible. When you speak with faith, things move. The unseen rearranges itself to obey your command because you're co-creating with the divine. These 3 days are heaven's invitation to partnership. Gratitude awakens the flow. Honesty releases the weight. Praise seals the victory. It's all been prepared for you, but it cannot begin until your voice enters the atmosphere. The timing is sacred. The urgency is real. The power is already here, waiting in silence, asking only one thing of you: speak. There comes a moment when what's been buried in silence starts to vibrate inside you like a living current. The questions you've tucked away, the hopes you've been too cautious to name, now they carry the charge of divine energy. The heavens are leaning close, whispering that this is your time to speak freely, without fear or hesitation. Every unspoken desire, every quiet longing, every plea that once felt too fragile to release has now been infused with power. What you dare to speak in faith during this sacred window will begin to take form in the unseen. This isn't a season for timid prayers or cautious optimism. It's the hour of bold confession, where even a single phrase spoken in trust can rewire the direction of your future. Your silence has served its purpose, but now it's time to let your words move mountains. When you open your mouth, heaven moves in rhythm with your sound. What has been held back by hesitation will break open through faith. Speak it out. Declare your healing, your restoration, your provision, your breakthrough, and watch what unfolds. By the third day of this divine sequence, something shifts entirely. Gratitude no longer feels like duty. It becomes your weapon. Praise turns into the language of victory. Every word of thanksgiving sends waves of light into your atmosphere, sweeping away the residue of doubt and clearing a path for the miraculous. When you praise with conviction, you alter the vibration of your entire environment. Things that were locked begin to open. Chains that once felt permanent start to dissolve. Gratitude isn't repetition. It's transformation. These aren't ordinary words. They are spiritual instruments designed to shape reality. In this charged time, the The words you release don't simply travel into the air. They ignite movement in the spiritual dimension. Your voice builds architecture in the unseen realm. Silence forfeits opportunity, but spoken faith constructs destiny. That's why your declarations carry so much weight. Life, health, abundance, and purpose are waiting to take form in response to what you speak. Your words plant the blueprint for your future. If this spoke to your spirit, subscribe and stand with those who see beyond the illusion. What many don't realize is that blessings are often waiting behind the locked gate of unspoken faith. Heaven is prepared, but it's waiting for sound, your sound. God isn't withholding. He's inviting participation. When your words rise, His power flows. When your mouth opens, His promises activate. This is the mystery of creation itself. Sound births substance. Your voice isn't small. It's sacred. It's charged with divine permission to call things that aren't yet visible into existence. Right now, the spiritual atmosphere is under pressure, like the air before a thunderstorm ready to break. The moment your words align with faith, a surge of divine energy will ripple through your life. It's not a quiet change. It's a holy eruption. Picture your words as sparks meeting the breath of God, setting off a chain reaction that tears down walls, burns through limitations, and clears a way for the miraculous. You've been carrying the flame of your purpose within you long enough. Now is the moment to let it roar into the open. Every declaration, every syllable uttered in trust feeds this divine combustion. The result will be unmistakable. Freedom, renewal, favor, and restoration sweeping through your life like a cleansing fire. What once felt blocked will burst open with divine speed. This isn't fantasy, it's alignment. Heaven's current is waiting on your voice. So prepare yourself, heart and soul. This is your hour to speak, not whisper. To proclaim, not ponder. To declare, not delay. Your voice is a spark, and God is the flame. When they meet, the impossible becomes inevitable. Speak now, chosen one, and watch as your world transforms on the fire of divine response. There comes a time when heaven stops whispering and starts demanding your participation, and that time is now. The prayers you buried in silence, the dreams you quietly nurtured, and the hopes that seem too far out of reach are stirring again. The air around you feels charged for a reason. You're standing on sacred ground where faith must turn into sound. God has been preparing this exact moment for you to command restoration, renewal, abundance, and strength into existence. This isn't about waiting anymore. It's about declaring. You've already believed. Now it's time to speak as one who knows the answer is on its way. These days are not routine. They are divine thresholds, the kind that only open when you approach them with bold words and a believing heart. Speak life into your health. Speak growth into your finances. Speak renewal into your energy. The same God who breathed the universe into existence has placed creative power in your voice. You're not making requests. You're issuing heavenly commands backed by divine authority. Each declaration sends ripples into the unseen, rearranging the atmosphere to align with what you've spoken. This isn't wishful thinking. It's partnership with the power that formed creation itself. Doubt might whisper, "What if it doesn't work?" But faith roars louder, "What if it does?" This is your call to trust beyond logic, to expect miracles that make no earthly sense. God specializes in doing the impossible when His people dare to speak the unbelievable. Lift your voice with conviction. Say, "Healing flows through my body. Abundance fills my hands. Strength renews my spirit. Peace governs my mind." Every word you speak in faith releases a force that heaven must honor. Your voice is not background noise. It's the key that turns divine promises into reality. Right now, heaven isn't testing your patience. It's waiting for your permission. The stillness you felt isn't delay. It's the build-up before breakthrough. The moment you open your mouth with intention, the waiting turns into movement. Barriers crack. Blessings start to flow. God has already aligned every resource, every opportunity, every person meant to assist you, but nothing activates until your sound fills the atmosphere. Your breakthrough isn't buried. It's waiting for your command. Silence once protected you, but now it restrains you. You've outgrown the quiet phase. It's time to shift from reflection to declaration. Speak with the same faith that once carried you through hardship, Say it loudly enough for fear to flee and doubt to crumble. This is not arrogance. It's divine alignment. You're not begging for blessings. You're claiming what's already written in your favor. Every word you declare in this moment pulls miracles closer, faster, stronger. These next few days are more than a countdown. They're a divine ignition. The clock isn't your enemy. It's your invitation. Each tick marks heaven leaning closer, urging, now. Speak now. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't exist. Faith doesn't need proof. It creates it. The future you prayed for is standing just beyond the veil, listening for your voice. When you speak, it moves. When you stay silent, it waits. This is your turning point, the divine intersection of belief and boldness. Lift your head, fill your lungs, and release the sound of your faith. Declare wealth, healing, restoration, and peace with authority. Speak it as if it's already yours, because it is. The Creator is waiting to amplify your voice into a miracle. The power to end waiting, to break barriers, to rewrite your story. It's not in tomorrow. It's in your next word. Speak, chosen one, and watch heaven respond. Your $20 gift helps keep the truth shining where darkness try to hide it. There comes a moment when the walls that once confined your life begin to tremble, not from human effort, but from divine vibration. This is that moment. The spiritual currents around you are shifting, aligning to respond to the authority in your voice. You're standing in the middle of a supernatural turning point, where silence no longer serves you and speech becomes a spark that sets everything into motion. This is your invitation to rise in faith and declare, with absolute conviction, that the season of lack and limitation has ended. Every declaration you make from this moment forward sends a command into unseen realms, rewriting the spiritual codes that govern your reality. When you open your mouth, you are not making requests. You are issuing decrees that heaven honors. Right now, the weight of divine provision is hovering, waiting for your permission to flow. You are meant to live free from financial restriction, from cycles of survival that keep your spirit small. This isn't about greed. It's about alignment with the abundance that was written into your destiny before you were born. Speak as if the heavens themselves have handed you the pen to rewrite your story. Call forth opportunities. Command prosperity. Declare increase with the certainty of one who knows the author stands behind their every word. The shift begins not in your wallet, but in your voice. Your words will become bridges between faith and fulfillment, between waiting and receiving. Healing is not a distant miracle. It's a river already flowing toward you, waiting for you to name it as your own. Speak to your body as if it can hear, because it can. Tell every cell, every bone, every fiber that it must align with divine wholeness. Don't whisper, proclaim. When you speak with authority, you activate forces that have been waiting to move. The energy of restoration responds to command, not complaint. Declare that strength is returning, that fatigue is leaving, that peace is flooding every part of your being. Let your words carry the vibration of victory, and watch your body remember what divine design feels like. This moment is your release from every invisible cage built by fear, by doubt, by what others said you couldn't do. Your voice is the key that unlocks the gate. Speak freedom over every area where you felt trapped. Say, I am free from the limits that held me. With every word, the weight breaks. God is not asking you to crawl out. He's commanding you to walk out. What held you yesterday no longer has the right to your tomorrow. These days are not symbolic. They are surgical. Heaven is cutting away what kept you bound so that your life can move forward unchained. And favor, oh favor, is already circling your name. It's waiting to be activated, to attach itself to your relationships, your projects, your destiny. Speak it boldly. Announce that divine partnerships, unexpected allies, and doors of opportunity are opening before you. Words have magnetism. What you declare today draws tomorrow's connections. The right people will hear your voice before they meet your face. God's network doesn't require networking. It requires declaration. Say it. I walk in favor. I attract good things. I am surrounded by divine helpers. Heaven responds to confidence, not hesitation. Provision is no longer something you chase. It's something you call. The supply has been prepared, but your declaration is the key that unlocks it. You're not asking for scraps. You're stepping into flow of divine sufficiency. Speak it until your environment reflects it. Say, every need is met. Every bill is covered. Every seed I sow multiplies in abundance. As you do, your circumstances will begin to mirror the sound of your faith. This is not imagination. It's creation. The same power that spoke the universe into being lives in your words. Use it, direct it, command it. These next days are not ordinary. They are sacred coordinates in time where heaven and earth intersect at the sound of your faith. Your voice is the bridge, your belief the foundation, and your obedience the door. Speak as if the world is listening. Because heaven already is, there comes a moment when the spiritual air around you feels charged, as if creation itself pauses to listen to what you're about to say. That moment is now. Every word that leaves your mouth in faith carries the vibration of divine authority. When you speak with conviction, you're not merely expressing thoughts. You're activating the creative power of heaven that was placed within you from the beginning. You were never meant to whisper your destiny. You were meant to command it. Your voice was designed to shift conditions, to realign the unseen, and to summon abundance into view. Every declaration of faith signals to the higher realms that you are ready for overflow, healing, and restoration. Speak with confidence, because the God who formed the universe listens to your tone, not just your words. Provision responds to bold voices, not timid hearts. When you speak with courage, you position yourself in harmony with divine supply. You announce to all of creation that you believe in the promise of more, that lack has no authority over your life. Your declarations release momentum in unseen places. This is not about demanding, it's about aligning. Your words act as signatures on spiritual contracts that authorize heaven's abundance to manifest in your world. Don't wait for perfect timing. The time is now. Stand firm in your power and speak the reality that God has already written for you. Each syllable of faith is a key that opens the gates of provision, peace, and prosperity. This is the season where authority becomes your language. Every sentence you release in faith carries the same authority that parted seas and raised the weary. When you speak, atmospheres rearrange themselves to honor your words. You are being called to rise as a commander in your own life, to instruct storms to still, to call forth opportunities, to silence chaos with divine decree. Heaven backs those who dare to believe out loud. Every obstacle that has lingered too long will crumble under the sound of your conviction. You don't have to earn this power. It has been in you all along, waiting to be spoken into motion. The old version of your life is dissolving. Every delay, disappointment, and closed door is losing its hold. You are stepping into a divine reset where fresh strength replaces exhaustion and new possibilities bloom from the ashes of the old. Speak this renewal as truth. My past no longer defines me. My future has already begun. The moment those words leave your lips, heaven presses restart. Your story is rewritten in real time. The weight you carried is being lifted. The slate is wiped clean. This isn't repair, it's rebirth. Speak life over yourself until your spirit feels a shift. Faith-filled words unlock more than comfort. They open portals. When you speak what you believe, you turn keys that release miracles waiting in silence. Heaven is not moved by noise. It's moved by faith. So, call forth peace over your home. Command restoration in your body. Speak joy into your atmosphere until it answers you back in manifestation. Every word of belief builds bridges between the invisible and the visible. Speak as though it already done, because in divine timing, it is. This is your call to leadership, not in a worldly sense, but as one who carries light in a dark age. Leadership begins when your voice refuses to be silenced by fear. You were created to influence, to shift energy, to inspire others simply by standing firm in your truth. Speak with clarity. Let your words guide others toward courage. True authority isn't loud. It's consistent, steady, and rooted in divine confidence. You lead not by control, but by conviction. Expect miracles, but don't wait to see them before you speak. Expectation is the current that draws divine movement into motion. The moment you speak with unwavering trust, unseen forces begin their work. Miracles often enter quietly, hidden in small turns of timing and unlikely encounters. Yet every one of them begins with a single declaration of faith. Say it now. I expect divine intervention. I expect open doors. I expect God's hand to move in my favor. The heavens respond to that kind of certainty. The supernatural waits for permission to invade your ordinary. When you speak it, it begins. There are moments when life seems motionless, when nothing on the surface hints that anything divine is happening. Yet, behind the curtain of the visible, unseen hands are rearranging everything for your good. Doors you didn't even know existed are being built. Hearts are being softened in rooms where your name is about to be spoken with favor. Even when you see no shift, heaven is setting the stage for your next season. But nothing changes until you open your mouth and give sound to your faith. When you begin to declare with confidence, I am expecting restoration, I am expecting increase, I am expecting peace, your soul becomes a signal that draws in divine orchestration. Expectation isn't wishful thinking. It's the magnet of miracles. Those who expect are the ones who witness. Those who doubt miss what was meant for them. Speak with conviction. Don't whisper your faith. Announce it. Expect a letter. Expect a healing. Expect a door to open. Expect a tide to turn in your favor. The moment your expectation meets your declaration, creation responds. God's hand is already weaving your breakthrough into form. Your words are simply the bridge that allows it to reach you. And when you mix faith with praise, you multiply the impact of everything heaven is already releasing. Praise isn't a performance. It's participation in divine increase. It's how you take a single seed of blessing and turn it into a field of harvest. When you thank God before the evidence appears, you activate a law far greater than circumstance. That kind of gratitude shakes the unseen world. It tells heaven, I trust you even before I see you move. And that level of trust calls forth blessings you didn't even ask for. One moment of genuine praise can unlock a flood of answers, because gratitude multiplies what it touches. Think of those who face their midnight hours with song instead of fear. Those who praise not because life was perfect, but because faith was alive. That kind of worship breaks walls and frees generations. Your praise today doesn't just open your door. It can unlock doors for your family, your children, and those connected to you. Praise travels. It ripples through time, echoing into futures you haven't yet seen. So lift your voice, not softly, not timidly, but with the sound of someone who knows their victory is already written. Worship like you've already received what you've prayed for. Because faith-filled praise doesn't wait. It celebrates early. Every shout of gratitude creates movement in the unseen. Every hallelujah breaks the pattern of delay. Heaven listens for voices that dare to celebrate before they see the proof. When you praise in that way, it's not just worship, it's warfare. You push back darkness by rejoicing in the light that's already promised. Your miracle isn't a question. It's a reality waiting for your agreement. This is a moment to stand tall, to speak boldly, to believe fiercely, not from arrogance, but from holy confidence, knowing that what belongs to you cannot be denied. This is a sound that shifts seasons. This is the voice heaven recognizes. Declare it. Praise through it. Expect it. Because faith that speaks and praises without sight will always see what silence never will.